there's more to life than the almighty peso.
Yeah, because we're not living in shacks or anything. We're making some money.
Exactly.
The Edison Corporation stands for quality and integrity.
There you go.
Someone's got to go down there and tell them to hang on to their ideals, their commitment to what's right.
Which brings me to step number 2. Call your father.
No! No.
You've got to, Freddie. They won't buy you. When it comes to high finance, you got to be hard-hitting.
Well, I can be fairly hard-hitting.
I don't know how to say this politely. You've got several positive personality traits. Hard-hitting is not on the list.
So, how's everything going?
She wants me to call my father.
Well, Fred, that might be something to think about.
I can fight my own battles.
It's his company.
Well, it's the Edison Company, and I was left in charge.
But let's face it, Fred, this isn't exactly your area of expertise.
Casey, don't you see? This is my big test. I got to be able to prove that no matter what, I can carry on the Edison tradition.
You're the proverbial fish out of water, Freddie. A guy like Totterton will eat you alive.
I don't care. I'm not going to call my father. I got to handle this myself.
What are you doing here?
I'm chairman of the board. I think I have a right to be here.
Oh. Well, gentlemen, let's call this meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is acquisition of 30% ownership in Nanodyne Industries. All those opposed? In favor? Carried.
Start negotiations.
Oh, wait a minute. Just hold on a second. Nanodyne Industries? They dumped 200,000 tons of toxic waste into Lake Erie.
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Just a second now. Hold on. Now, Lyle, you've been with this company for 40 years. You know we can't let the Edison Corporation get involved with people like that. That's against everything we stand for.
Fred, this is our one chance to make money. They're talking about a recession.
I know, but we've been through tough times before. We got through it.
But it was different then, Fred. Your father was in charge. No offense.
Next.
Let's do some business, boys.
I tried to stop her.
Back off. How we doing, Freddie?
Who is this woman?
Sign here.
Madam, identify yourself.
Idella Orca, your new chairperson of the board. This is the property, Fred. You just signed all your shares over to me. Morning, Lyle.
Morning, Idella.
I've compiled a little information on everybody's new best buddy over here, Rupert Totterton.
This woman has no right to be here.
Apparently, he's what you call your junk bonder. Owns a bit of everything, but doesn't have two beans to rub together. It's what's known as leveraging. They start with a smidgen, and they take that smidgen, and they go borrow against it. Now, boys, hang on to your handle grips, because this is where it gets complicated. They take that borrowed cash, and they start cozying up to some venture capitalists. Next thing you know, they take over and sell the company before you can say, where's my parking spot? But the reality is, they started with nothing, and they still got nothing.
Very perceptive, madam. I applaud your keen business acumen. But need I remind you, gentlemen, business is chance. Huh? That's the game. And the prize? Riches, wealth, beyond your wildest imagination. Every luxury you ever dreamed of. The finest of hotels, room service, 24 hours, caviar, champagne. Hey, boy, run me a bath. Now make it 2 baths. One lukewarm and one slightly tepid. A life brimming with a succulent orgy of visceral pleasure.
Yeah, but you gotta sleep at night. You gotta live with your conscience. Well, look now. Lyle, Ted, Roger, Ted, the other Ted. Some of you guys were here when my grandfather started this place, and I think you know what he wanted it to be. He wanted it to be a place where a young inventor could come off the street and, or anybody for that matter, just walk in and say, I've got an idea that maybe might just make this tired old world just a little bit better place to live in. And you know, I don't suppose that he ever thought he'd make much money. He just did what I guess he did what he felt he had to do.
Are you quite finished?
No, I'm not finished. And to prevent this, if I have to stand here and keep talking and talking and talking for the next 6 months, I will. And I'll never run out of things to say. I'll just talk and talk because I can't let you do it. This man, if you listen to him, you're not going to be able to live with yourself. I said that look of concern on his face as he scratched his chin. And so Heidi says to her grandfather, she says, Grandfather, I must go up on the mountain.
He's just wasting time.
He has the floor, and he doesn't have to give it up until he stops talking.
So the grandfather said to her, Heidi, don't go. And so Heidi said to her grandfather, Grandfather, I must. Well, I'm not let. I don't care how many of you are against me. I'm not going to let you fall victim to this man's greed because I